Okay guys, I was right down here not long ago. There's my shed. I've been back here cleaning up some stuff out back here and burning it off and everything. And anyhow, I was back here and I was looking at this here tree, and I was back here kind of glancing around. Did not see nothing. And then I was up there in that shed looking out that window, and I looked down here, and I wish that you would look right there. I've already come down here and picked a great big handful of them, but now I got a bag. They are just everywhere, all the way down this thing. So I'm fixing to get to picking these suckers. It looks like some of them probably got bit by a little bit of frost or something, but I don't know. She can clean them up, do whatever. But anyhow, I just cannot believe it. I missed them, but I did. I'm gonna get these suckers here picked.
Okay, so Lee has brought me in a whole bunch more of the oyster mushrooms. We believe these are the Indian oyster mushrooms because of the color. I have looked and looked. There are different colors. There's a pink one and a white one. And so in looking at the different oyster mushrooms, I believe this one is called an Indian oyster mushroom. I just got done washing these and getting the stems off. Some of the stems were, and it doesn't have much of a stem at all. They are kind of layered or shelved on top of each other, and there's usually no stem, hardly at all. But some of them have a little bit of a stem where it actually connects to the wood, and then more of them kind of shelf on top of that. But so some of the bigger ones that had the little bit of a stem on the bottom, there you can kind of see, I just cut that off because it was kind of harder, tougher, and had a little bit of like woody around the edge of it. Maybe I should have shown that, but I didn't. Anyway, I had two whole bowls full of these, and I have washed them up. I am going to dehydrate these. I really want to make some soup with it, but I don't have time tonight to make the soup. So I might put a few in the refrigerator and try to make soup tomorrow night maybe. But most of them I'm just going to dehydrate them. I can make soup with them later dehydrated, or throw them in soup, or omelet or something like that. So there you go. I have most of these going in the dehydrator. There's 3 trays full in the dehydrator. And then I chopped some up that I'm going to saute in butter and put on top of our, we have pork steaks laid out, and we're going to cook pork steaks here in a little bit. And so I'm going to saute these in butter and put them on top of our pork steaks. We are not experts on mushrooms. We don't, however, pick mushrooms unless we know what we've got. And we always double check and make absolutely sure before we cook them and eat them. I haven't really done a lot of the oyster mushrooms, so I really had to check them out good. The other day when Lee first found some, we checked them out really good. We normally get morels, dryad saddles, which is also called pheasant back, and chicken of the woods. Those types that are very easy to identify. The oyster mushroom is pretty easy to identify if you check it out. The guy on Learn Your Land is really good about explaining the different mushrooms, and if there's a look-alike, he will tell you. He has shown the different varieties of the oyster mushroom, and said that there wasn't an exact look-alike. And so I researched it more and made absolutely sure. I have a book. I checked with my book, and in my book it actually said there was not a look-alike. So I took by that I am sure of this oyster mushroom. And Lee found some about a week ago. I think it was last Saturday I believe it was, that Lee found the other ones, and I used them, and this is the same exact kind, and we showed that in a Saturday video. The title, I think the name of it was Saturday Oyster Mushrooms or something. So he went out earlier today and found a whole bunch more, and we're gonna have them too. So here's what we ended up with out of the mushrooms. We cooked a pot roast in the crock pot, and I took the mushrooms and sauteed them in butter and kind of put some spices and things in there. I put some chicken broth in there, and it ended up being like a kind of French onion soup mix with mushrooms, and we ended up pouring it on top of the pot roast. That's the tail end of it. Sorry, I'm showing y'all the tail end of the pot roast. But anyway, it was delicious. There's the meat. There's a big piece of mushroom, and I ended up with a pretty big size piece of mushroom there, but little mushrooms in there too. So that's what we ended up with, was pot roast with the mushroom on top of it. It's really good. It kind of made a mushroom gravy on top of the pot roast. And since I'm on keto, I don't put potatoes and carrots in my pot roast right now on the keto diet. So Lee even liked this. Lee tried it and he liked it. That's why he let me put the mushroom soup over the pot roast, because he enjoyed it also. So there you go. Pretty good meal, and those wonderful oyster mushrooms that he found made an excellent, wonderful meal. Actually, several meals. As you can see, we've already gotten down to the end of it there. I took some over and let my mom enjoy it, and she liked it too. So there you go.